And it's served with shiro. You can eat it with doro. You can eat it with the chips of any kind, whether it's from the lamb or from the yeah. It's the staple food of Ethiopia. It is called injera. It ushers us after lunch to Drama-Aday City versus Fasil Kedeba game that is being played in the beautiful city of Hawassa. With the very big streets that leads you right up to the lake. Hawassa is probably one of the most organized and green cities that you will see around Africa. The surface is well manicured as well, and it's going to play host to the game that Drama-Aday must win, but which Fasil will be using to celebrate their already new role as champions of the Ethiopian Premier. Commissioner Mekonnen Asres brings them onto the field. They know that it's a big game. They have to finish. But Drama-Aday will be reminded of who the real champions are, because then they have got to compliment the champions for having taken the league with a good number of matches here, and with an unassailable lead now at 52 points, and it's only bound to increase even further depending on what the performance will be like. Siom Kebede is still the man on the bench. He doesn't want to sit. He has been knocked off the team because Itamuna was not on the team sheet originally. Now has to come into the main team, and Juniors now able to get onto the bench. The match come Mekonnen has read tell them last game. Today starts as Amsalu Tilaun and Saeed Hassan as well, who came in the 93rd minutes against Bardar, will be starting on the main team today. You're by Shimeket Gutsa Tamu. Fikadu Alemu as well, making his way to the first 11. Rafael Denachu, and of course the man who was chasing the Golden Boot as well. Mujib was on the bench, and Ndale Kebede as well. And Ramadan Nasir as well goes onto that bench. On the other side, for the first side, there's on the other side. So Richmond Rogers Adongo is in the attack for the Drama-Aday side, got himself Bernardo Tieno. I will be in the company of Gilbert Celebwa to find out how the 4-3-3 Gilbert and the 3-5-2 of Fasil will counter each other. or how they're going to complement each other on the field of play.
Well, thank you. But 3-5-2, 3 players at the back. Those are 4. I mean, 3 central defenders with Samuel Johannes and Enyo Kasaun as the preferred wing backs in this game this afternoon.
Probably going to be very sprightly. Mujib Kasim was part of that winning team for the Ethiopian nation that qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations. Shimeged Guksa and the others will make for a very celebrated kind of lineup for the Fasil side. Plus the fact that they are the champions of the Ethiopian Premier League makes for a very interesting game today. Tamona Kebudi has been called from the side stands into the first team because of the injury on Juniors Nanjebo, his compatriot from Namibia. Hurt himself in the warm-up to this game and has had to be removed and put back onto the bench. So they had to sacrifice Wande Sena Shirafi off the bench. He's not played any match anyway for the side, so it was pretty easy to pick on him. Kasaun will push it forward. Then the Dreda side will have to look at how best they can play this game. They won 2-1 against Walkite in a match that almost brought tears to the officials of the side. Even as the offside flag goes up there, they know that they want to counter that with the 2 draws they got previously. It was an improvement for the Dreda side. For Fasil, the champions girl, but they don't have to worry. They have won literally all their last matches in the second season. Here is Mujib Kasim. Man who's got power, he's got pace as well. Kasaun is singled for offside. This is going to be given to the Diredawa side. Fasil can't remember losing. They last lost in last year, you know, against Ethiopia Buna. That's a long time back, actually. And that still is the biggest loss. I think it was on the 19th of December when they lost 3-1.
Yeah. And I think after that, they, took up rolled their sleeves and have come in, and they are now the champions of this league. I think in this particular game, they're only looking for depth of the team, and 2, they are also trying different tactical variations.
They're just trying to keep fit.
Yeah.
There's no depth they're looking for in this one.
They're playing the Champions League, and therefore they need the players to push them up.
They're just trying to show the others and give them a football lesson on what you should do in a game, For Diredawa, it's just that the big thing about Fasil is they've got to keep that record of just losing 1 match. They've got to really limit the losses they have in this league, just so that it remains into some good historical record. And that's why they still have the bulk of the first team playing today. They'll be giving a chance to a few others as well. It's into the midfield for the Fasil side. And pushed onto the left side. This is Sami, as they like to call him, Samuel Johannes. A man who's got a very interesting story to tell in the Premier League. As they cut it back, Dirada will try to use the length as well. Muhyiddin Musa will be looking for the balls up at the front. He scored 8 goals to his credit. But we'll have to be getting onto the balls other than waiting for them. Ashale Ogirma is one of the men who's supposed to be providing. A little touch comes from Richmond Adongo. And a shot then that is watched spraying itself in front of goal by Yednekachu Kidane, the goalkeeper, who's been given the chance by Samake Mikel to get the feel of what it is like to be in goal.
That's how to take a shot. Muhyiddin Musa with very little space. He knows that he pushes the ball a little bit, is going to be defended upon. So he takes the first instinct and take a shot, beautifully executed.
It's going to be a throw-in now for the Diredawa side. Ref very strict on where it's going to be taken from. So I went Gabriel Mikael has to take another step back. That's the captain of the Fasil side today. And Adbai is also looking for the options. I'm Salutila who will help him out. Just telling you about Sami, who turns up for Fasil. but who grew up himself in a children's home in Bahar Dar, and he's got a lot of attachment to it as well. That would be a story for a feature maybe later on. Captain then gets into this one and sends it out of the field of play. This is going to go out for a throw-in. Patrick and Samuel is the captain on this other side. You can hear a lot of cut calls, a lot of instructions as well. Tells you about the intensity of this game as well. As another chance falls into the feet of Girma. Then he's got Richmond Adongo. Takes a little time before he takes the shot. The goalkeeper comes to parry it off. And Adongo and the defender who was blocking him equally on the ground at the moment. It's going to be sent off the field of play for all of them to get some medication. Adongo just took a little time and probably took his eyes off the ball as well a little there.
Well, I do like the intensity that Dreda is bringing up, and they've decided to go into full throttle. You know, take shots from any distance.
Yeah, Amsalu was trying to block Adongo, and I think Adongo takes a little bit of Amsalu's ankle as well in it. Hurts himself, but he also hurts Amsalu Tilahun. Now, this is usually the nightmare of coaches, why you don't want to put your better of the players in matches that you think are of not as much importance as the others, and then they pick up injuries, and suddenly you realize you don't have a player for the next big matches. But I think there'll be a lot of time before the beginning of any Champions League match for them. And Amsalu still had to give his contribution to this game here. But the focus will also be on Yednekachu Kidane, the goalkeeper. It's the second game that he's having on the Fasil goal. Mikel Sabake quickly became his goalkeeper trainer. There it is. Actually, Adongo could be penalized here for a foul for getting in there just after Amsalu had already gotten onto that. And that might be what happened there, unless he's going to go out for a goal kick. Adongo's already back on his feet. Wow. Amsalu is a big left back. He rarely gets into the situation he's in at the moment. He's going to be stretched off the field of play. And this might not augur well for the left back position for the Fasil side. They don't have many defenders on the bench. Just, took that shot slightly after Amsalu Tilahun had already gotten himself in there. It's an indication from the physio on the other side that he might not be able to continue. Olde Georgis is watching it very intently to find out whether it's going to work in his favor or not. Amsalu is one of the big national team left backs playing on the Fasil side. He's going to be given this one for a goal kick. So the referee didn't think there was any foul there. Fasil started from the back. What would you do if you were Fasil, Gilbert, and you've already won the league, but you still have to play your 3 matches that are remaining?
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
Yes, there's no pressure at all on Fasil, at all. So just enjoy the game, manage the game.
Itamun chips it into the box. Tries to get back into possession here. This will be picked up by Nekachu. The Namibian was called from the side. He wasn't on the team sheet originally, but because his compatriot got injured, he had to make his way back onto it. Muideen. And another big shot here with a second chance for a rebound. Now being headed out on the other side by Said Hassan. And I sincerely do hope that Fasil has not underrated Dreda in this game, Gilbert, because of the way they're clearing very casually. It's an easy chance to try and look for a penalty. You've got to get yourself in a shooting position and in an obvious goal scoring opportunity. This will not count for Muideen Musa, will it?
It will not. And if there's any time that Dreda was meant to score, is the early few minutes of this game, because clearly it shows that Fasil really tracking back and they're not, defending as well.
That is why I think that Surafel Darachu thought he had seen a little gap to use and try to punch the ball to that place. Goalkeeper was very hawk-eyed there. This is pushed on to the right side to Enyeo Kasahun. And a throw-in, but it's going to come in on the right side for the Fasil side. The usual problem is not only a big team, the champion team, underrating the opponents. I don't think that Fasil want to do that at all. They've made a substitution, They've been forced to bring in Bezab Malay earlier than they usually do. He's normally a super sub. Is coming in the 11th minute of the game. Here is a header coming to the center. Good punch to try and get it into the net by Rafael Denacho. But wasn't hard enough, Gilbert, was it?
Well, the accuracy was there. The power was not there. And I think he was just giving a pass back to Fireu.
He went directly to the goalkeeper. This is going to be a throw-in for the Fasil side. The Emperors, as they are called, have now also been crowned the kings in terms of being the champions of football in Ethiopia, and still have 2 matches to play. You'll notice conspicuously in that defense, Kadir Koulibaly, the Ivorian defender, missing on it. Well, he gave the impression that he was injured, but we do know as well that he picked up 5 yellow cards. The last one in the last game they played against Walkite. And so would be missing 1 game. So that makes up for 3 then in defense. Just a little bit of reorganization there. Pick that up in the 51st minute, in the 69th minute rather. Back into the midfield, and Bezab Malay loses the position. It's pushed up forward. On the right side, the Fasil side. Malayu just provides a nice little crisp ingredient into the midfield of the Fasil side. Whenever he's in there, something different happens. I mean, the midfield ticks, but in a different way. Tamuno is going to be guilty of this one, whichever way he looked at it. Did he need to go in with the double studs up? And was close to the referee as well. The referee is tracking you down, and you do something like that, you get yourself in trouble for no reason. Totally unnecessary on Tekeste. It's going to be a free kick for the Fasil side. I'm wondering as well, Gilbert, when a player is not on the team sheet altogether, is he unfit, or has he trained and then he's just been left out of the team sheet because he was pulled from the side stand?
Yeah, I think he was just left out of the team sheet.
So it means that he was training. He was
training, and they didn't expect to use him today.
Why not if he was training?
No,
it's just a question. Yeah, he's been there on the bench most of the time and comes in as a substitute. Yeah. If he was called from the side stands, Gilbert, it means the other players you're talking about, the other 20-something, were probably not deemed to be fit to get in his place, and that's why he was pulled from the side. And that's why I'm wondering, unless he has a particular ingredient that was needed up at the front. This is Denacho. Good one down to Itamuna Kaimuni on the right side, looking for support. At least he's got the ability to shield the ball and keep it in possession. Again, it gets to Itamuna. Should have taken his time a bit to look at who's on the side, because he was being joined in the attack by a wet Gabriel Mikael. But they still managed to get a corner all the same. That's going to be coming from the right side. That's good play as well, Gilbert.
It's good play. We're just trying to provide that decoy run, and then a good cross for Kaimuni. Good defending.
Oh, your Amharic lessons are coming in as well. When you hear na, you know it means come. Now, I'll tell you, that's different from if it's a lady. Because for a lady, it becomes nay. Punched off again by Nekachu Kidane. Well enough to take it back to the center. A big push back into the area again. Dongo's header deflected back by the captain of the side, but Captain Yared Bai for the Fasil side. Well, they take possession again. Well, the intensity is on both sides, actually. Daniel Kasahun just doing the runs on the right side with Shimeke Guksa. Lovely one through onto the right side. A low cross that is cut off for a corner. And cut off in the nick of time, I must tell you as well, by Fraser Kasa. They've gone for a short one. Kasahun still going to bring another cross. Firao will get onto it. Going to start the build-up. At least it gets to the end of the move.
Yeah, we are seeing intensity on both sides of the divide. There's no doubt about that. And whoever utilizes the opportunity that comes his way should be able at least to get onto the scoreboard fast.
Yeah, hoping they create the opportunities as well. Moedin Musa playing slightly behind Adongo and just going further forward when they are in full throttle attack. Big clearance coming in from the captain, Yared Bai. Now Gabriel Mikhail leaves it to Daniel Demisie, who takes an opportunistic shot. It gets to the end, yes, but in a less troubling fashion than when the Fasil side is getting to the end on the other side. Bizab Malayo still remains one of the favorite goal scorers in the Ethiopian Premier League. When that's about what I'm talking about. Took a volley on his left foot from the left side for a brilliant goal a couple of matches back. And he's got only his tally at 4 goals so far for the Fasil side. This would qualify Gilbert for a very good lesson for football, honestly, from the champions, and how to build from behind right into the third.
Absolutely. I told you it's all about managing the game, and they're enjoying it. They're moving the ball from one end to another.
They are. Joe Kasahud is part of it as well. This time round, he's been very well spotted, trying to get the ball to Surafel Danacho. This is Girma, and then to Itamuna Kebudi. We can't take it away from Drama-Adeyi as well. They're building nicely. It's just that their final third is not as crisp and accurate as the Fasil final third, but they're also getting the ball right up to the end again.
They need to be assertive, Bernard. Drama-Adeyi is in a traffic light. They are in between green and red. They're in the yellow. So this game will determine.
They're in the yellow, Gilbert?
This game will determine whether
there is a true ball here. No, Gilbert, no. We are not going to take traffic lessons for you. You are adding lights to the traffic. There's only 3 lights in traffic.
Yes. There is green, yes, the yellow,
the amber,
and the red.
It's not yellow, it's amber
and
the red.
They are now in the amber position.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Whether they go down in red or they take up the green is going to depend on this year.
Oh, yeah. I thought you brought in another color in there. I was wondering where the yellow comes in now. In between the red and the amber? Okay. You're actually referring to the yellow. That's acceptable. Those boots are luminous yellow. The ones where you take a Chukinanes. Yeah, I think you're right about Drama-Adeyi. They should take off. They should actually take off. They should now move away completely from the relegation zone. Although they'll only get to 28 points if they win, that means they'll still be behind Sebeta. They should at least give an indication of wanting to take off, flying at lower heights, if you'd like to put it that way, until the time they can be allowed to fly higher. But for the Fasil side, with their possession, you can be very sure that there's going to be a very high rate of accuracy in their passes. This is Tushimekit Guksa on the right side. And to Bizab Malayo. He's got a way of calming down the game. You know, just like when... to use Gilbert's favorite examples of food. When you've got a good stew that is simmering and then you put in another ingredient that calms it down a bit. So does Bezeb Malayo in the game. really knows how to calm it down and then let them look at it from a different perspective. This is a Nyeo Kasahun, keeps it in play, looking for Shimekit Guksa. Mujib Kasim, the very first time that we're seeing him trying to control a cross from the right side, but they're making sure the feed is not getting to him. They don't want him to easily get to the golden boot, do they?
Absolutely. He's the key man.
He's got to work for it.
Yeah, so he's going to work for it.
He has to work for it against those defenders. Well, you're appealing to the referee, but play continues. Muedid Musa changing it onto his right foot. Okay, Mooney didn't need to touch it initially. No. Kaibudi,
that's a dive.
I think went down too easily. And Samuel Johannes, popularly known as Sami, is the one who's going to be guilty here. But how much of a touch was there on Itamuna? We'll see it closely. Just there. Look, I mean, it just dives. It just goes down easily.
Though it was under his boot, but that is just a dive. There's really no tackle in that.
The referee says it's a foul, so we'll take it as a foul. But yeah, he got a little boot under his boot. Sometimes it can force you off your rhythm. But Itamuna flung himself forward. You're not saying there wasn't a touch under the boot. It's just that it wasn't enough to push him as far as he makes it look like it should have been going. It's going to be a free kick for the Drama-Aday side, with Yudnekachu in the goalkeeper in the goal area, organizing the defenders, telling them where they should stand. So it's going to be the captain. I think he'll leave it probably for Enoch Esaias. They made it obvious now. Yeah, they made it very obvious. So Esaias then is the one who takes it. It takes a deflection. It goes off the field of play for a goal, for a corner. It's going to be for Drama-Aday. It's going to come from the left side of attack of Drama-Aday. The Drama-Aday side had a chance to host the last round, the second last round of matches before they came to Awasa. Going to be a right-footing swinger then with just about 6. Drama-Aday Jazz is waiting for it. Adongo tries to go for it. Doesn't get a touch. That will give him a corner. Well, you heard him being told very clearly, I saw you, I saw you. That's the initial one that set it up for a corner. It wasn't very well taken there. It's good intensity from either side and good push, even by Drama-Aday. They're not going to take it lying down. They're giving as much as they're getting in this one. There's Amaleo to brought it to Abtamu Tekeste, who's been fouled again. Just seems to attract all the nasty fouls from literally everybody, including from Muedid Musa. I think they just choose on him probably because of his physique. Looks like one of the slimmest of players in here. Sami sends it back to his goalkeeper. And they will start the build-up again from the right side. Tanachu and Shimekit Guksa then has a touch. Fidel Getahun will come off his line and pick it up ahead of Fikadu Alemu. Probably the man who's played the least number of matches in this field would be the defender Said Hassan of the Fasil Kedeba side. And in terms of the striking, then Fikadu Alemu has played only 7 matches. Unlike Mujib Kasim, who's played all 21, would be one of the ones who's played the least. Oh, Mujib has exhausted his 3 touches. He's assisted from behind. Here comes the cross to Mujib Kasim. He goes for a shot. It's in the net. It's a hard shot from a very good position, from a prolific striker, and from a man who's chasing the golden boot as well. Bangs it into the net, away from the defenders after hastening to get it back. After he had exhausted his 3 touches that he usually has when he's trying to go forward. He just fell back on it, Gilbert, and realized he's got all the space he can use.
Well, he takes it so easy. I think that's just a mistake from the defenders, failing to clear the lines quickly. And that interception from the left.
No one's marking him there.
No one is marking. He picks the spot. and he's not even celebrating.
No, he's not.
He makes it look so easy.
But look at that cutback. The question is, who was cutting him down?
Absolutely.
After he lost possession there, nobody went to mark him.
Yeah, poor defending.
Oh, it takes a very good shot from a very acute angle from the right foot. It's 1-0. It's Mujib Kasim for Fasil. The champions are still on the march. And that's why I say it's not even it's a training match for them. They're not even celebrating it. They could give lessons out on how to score a good goal. But the scoreline changes even as we go into the water break for the champions, Fasil. It's in their favor. Drama 0, Fasil 1. It's that time when they were waiting for the break, Gilbert, to give some advice. What would you tell Fasil now?
they've already done what they like doing. You know, going up ahead early enough in the game. And the truth is that Drama had their share of chances on the other side, but they failed to.
They should have taken advantage of it.
But that Mujib shows you exactly what you're supposed to do when you get in that kind of a situation.
Yeah. Here it is again in numbers. Fasil have used the right side most of the time because of Enyeu Kasahun, who's bringing in the crosses from that side. Less on the left side. Sami and the others are roving on that side, but they've scored from that left side. At the center, they're not even bothering to go in through there, the Fasil side.
Absolutely.
You compare it to the Drama side.
Absolutely. And I was just about to tell you, when Fasil wants to score, they will start attacking from the right. When you see them on the right-hand side,
they go to the wings.
Yes, they want to score.
But they've scored from the left.
This is just one of them.
They go to the right and score from the left. I wish they could give an indication of where they'll start from and where they'll score as well to make it easier for the other team. But they go to the right and score from the left.
Yeah, all the time.
I think with a man like Mujib Kasim, you sincerely do not know where he's going to be striking from. It's 1-0. It's a lesson learned for Drama. It's still 27 minutes of play. There's a lot of football time in the game so far. Bazab Malay just cuts it back to his defenders, who will head it back to the goalkeeper, Yednekachu Kidani. Samuel Ioannis just pushes it back, wanting to create the spaces for the team to use. And then a long one down on the right side to Enyeu Kasahun. Pushed back into the midfield by Surafel Donachu. If there's anyone who's enjoying himself in this game, Gilbert, it must be Surafel Donachu. Yeah. He's just has little touches. He's not really running hard. He's just having the nice technical touches in the midfield.
Yeah, he's a clean guy.
Together with Bazab Malay.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean and Bazab Malay as well. A long shot here from Richmond Adongo. Was not going to get to anyone. It's going to be a goal kick for the Fasil side. They want to take it easy, Fasil, but they also want to score, and they want to show you how easy it is to do it. Those two men, Bazab Malay and Surafel Donachu, are having a very good time in the midfield. Good spread out onto the left to Enyeu Kasahun. Little nice touch again by Surafel. That's him again. Marching onto possession and getting a foul in his favor as well. It's just rolling in there, cutting through. I mean, it's like a little boy with a new bicycle, just cutting through everything there is in the estate. He's not bothered about anything else, but just to get the ball to his teammate. Here's Mujib. He knows he's controlled this one right out of the field of play.
Yeah, he's not. He's not even working hard. He's really not working hard. He says, "Okay, if the chance comes in, I will take it." He's not working hard and expects Fikedu Alemu to work on his behalf.
The only thing you have to look at is the goal difference and the points on the table for Fasil. That's the only thing that will change. The position will not change whatsoever. For Drama, then again, they have to find out how they're going to come out of that 9th position, because that's where they'll remain with the 25 points. The goal difference will go further down if they continue conceding. So they had a -6 goal difference. It now goes to a -7. This is to Shimekit Guksa on the right side. Brings it to the center. And out of the field for a throw-in. So again for Fasil, a big change to Samuel Johannes on the left side. Bizarre Maleu. And goes back to Surafel Denachu, who quickly just notices that Kasahun is coming into position. Here comes the cross. Denachu. Not exactly sure why Fikari Walemu didn't go for that. He would have thought that he is in the offside position, so he didn't want to interfere with play at all. Nekachu chips it back to the right side to the captain, Yared Bai. Doesn't matter how you look at it, Gilbert. It's a good lesson in football altogether for Drama-Adeyi.
Well, you're playing against the champions.
And even in a lesson, usually the other team would score as well. Even in an exhibition boxing match, the other opponent will punch as well. So they're learning, but it's being made very easy for them by the Fasil side. This is probably how Fasil should have been playing literally all their matches, just to take it easy and push the ball around and then score at will. I think that's what the coach must be looking at and enjoying as well. Today he's not taking notes. Did you realize? No pen, no paper.
Why does he need notes?
I thought you said he's building towards the continental game, so
I think he should be seated in the commentary booth with us.
Doing what?
Watching this game.
Why, you want to go and coach them or something?
No, from advantage point.
Because if he comes here, one of us has got to leave anyway, so give him a chance. Yeah, I mean, he's enjoying himself, I think. Sitting in there, taking responsibility for everything. 1-0 to the favor of Fasil. The pressure is on Drama-Adeyi. The pressure is not on Fasil. Otherwise, we would have been telling Fasil to be number one is easy, but to remain number one would be difficult. But at this moment, they are already number one. They will remain number one. Regardless of what happens to the matches that they still have, they will remain there. Mujib Kasim punches it out to the right side. And Yeo Kasaun was going to get it back on the back heel from Surafel Denachu. He had a shimiket. He scored before from a very long-range shot on the right flank, but today, it's defying him as well.
Well, he just spoiled the party.
Did he?
Yeah, that's Surafel. He plays it back to Enyeu. And a good layoff for Chemiket Guksa. But look at how he flaps it.
Are you saying he's like a DJ who then comes and plays some very bad music in the middle of the party having kicked?
Especially in the wee hours of the morning.
But the parties I attend usually end early, so I don't know what happens in the wee hours of the morning. Why would you have your attention 100% in the wee hours of the morning? You should be relaxing in the wee hours of the morning, listening to cool music if you must be listening.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have your attention. I'm not listening to you anymore. Thank you very much, Gilbert. You've got very weird ideas about what happens early mornings. It's going to be a foul here. And this is Saeed Hassan, who's caused the foul. The Drama-Adeyi side is watching this very intently as well.
That's actually this, Junior Stanjeba.
Yeah, I know he injured himself earlier on. Yeah, he's got others on the bench as well. That's why I also wanted to give them a little time. Now we know Nanjebo injured himself in the warm-ups just before this match, and that's why Itamuna had to be brought into the game, and then they had to let one player off the bench. Wondesen Ashanafi was released from the bench. 8 fouls altogether. It's going to be a free kick for the Drama-Adeyi side. They're probably enjoying the weather a little more than what they have in Drama-Adeyi, which is temperatures that go to the upwards of 40, 39 and 40. It's a very big boot that takes a crossbar. Lovely take by Enoch Esaias. I think he puts all his might on it as well. And that would have been a
Betriket.
Betriket, who was just next to Esaias there. Hits it on the crossbar. Yeah, but it is Betriket, the captain. Oh, well, Tessid Nekachu Kidane. So hard. Oh, Kidane now knows just how difficult it is to be in that goal area. It's got to be very, very watchful. Goes out. Captain giving a good account of himself.
Absolutely, Bernard. The ball was actually deeping.
It did.
Yeah, just helped.
And it had power as well.
Yeah.
All the Georgies would have been celebrating there. This is Richmond Adongo. Gets it to the outside to Itamuna Keimuni. Adongo has put it in the net from a little touch that comes from the left side. And Adongo is going to celebrate with his coach altogether. He wants a little acknowledgement from the coach, and he salutes the coach from a distance, telling him, thank you very much for giving me a chance to play in the first 11. And Dreda will take the lead here. I didn't tell you that the mayor of Dreda is watching this as well from the side stands. And the mistake in the midfield of not picking up the ball is quickly capitalized on. Comes onto the right side to Itamuna, and then it returns to Adongo. Punches it into the net, Gilbert.
That's the way to do it. Good delivery, good technique, good positioning though, and you wonder where the defenders were. But at this particular point, Itamuna picks the correct pass to the correct man for the correct salute. 3 goals to his credit.
Well, the Georgians is happy with it. And knows that they're like sail a little bit here, that they've tied the scores now. Dreda 1, Fasil 1. Adongo has got a chance to score. Brace! Can't turn on time. It's going to be a foul on the goalkeeper. It looks a little bit sluggish by the time he's taken off there. And he's trying to push from the right side. I think Nekachu puts his body in the line as well. Adongo on the right side, as you can see. Yeah, he must have knocked onto the chest of the young goalkeeper on his left boot. Look at his left red boot going to the chest. That one. That's the one that hurts him the most.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It
right on
apologetic.
the chest.
It looked like he was wondering what exactly he did there. But you know he's also looking for a penalty, so he must grip himself on the goalkeeper to make it look legitimate. He's apologetic. The Ghanaian striker now with his 3rd goal in the season. Nekachu Kidane is in goal. It's 4 saves altogether. And I think the apology is accepted by Nekachu Kidane. So it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be a free kick that should be given to the Fasil side.
That's good movement, Bernard. And it's a good.
This is the one that came from a goal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very good technical application. No control, hit it as it is, and very, very good, well executed goal by Adongo.
I've got a game in our hands. 1-1. The scoreline in the 38th minute. If you make flips like those ones, Mr. Bai, you must know who's behind you. Otherwise, the strikers might just get there in time to pick up loose balls like those ones. Samuel Yohannes gives it to Mujib Kasim, who holds it and was trying to get the other striker running up at the front. Easily taken by Enyeo Kasahun, who gets it back from Abtamu Tekeste. Shimikit tries to cut through 2 midfielders but loses possession. This is intended for Adongo. It's coming from the midfield from Ashale Ugirma, but it's too acute. It goes directly to the goalkeeper. You must watch the table a lot of times. Fasil will still remain at the top with 1 point extra. If it ended this way, nothing changes there. It's just a goal difference that will be a plus. It will be a plus 24. The other side, Dreda would have at least 26 points because they would get an extra point there. And also their goal difference would change. It was at -6. They went to -7. It would go back to -6. Because they've added 1 goal. It's back into the defense line for the Fasil side. While if Mujib Kasib was going in there, you'd have expected there to be some very frantic runs to try and cut him off. Kasa is playing it all the way back. They don't clear it. Vizab Meleyu. Shimikit. Then it comes to Kasahun. And back to Shimikit. They've got space in the midfield, and that's what they're using at the moment. To Abtamu Tekeste, and then to Samuel Yohannes. This is Rafael Donacho. Tekeste pushing it all the way back to Saeed Hassan. The man who's played the least number of matches for the side in those who are on the field. Of course, apart from the goalkeeper, Nekachu Kidane, who's only playing his 2nd game for the Fasil side. That's because Fasil is already champion, so he's been given a chance to be in goal. Mujib and Samuel Yohannes. And back to Yared by... Well, they managed to take it all the way back to the goalkeeper. like we said earlier, you might give lessons in football, but it doesn't mean the other team doesn't have a chance to score as well, girl. But they score because they're learning well, aren't they?
Absolutely, and they've just done it, and from a golden opportunity provided by Kaimuni.
Pulled from the side stands, Kaimuni, to get into the first 11 today. Yeah, this is Feldenaciu. Good ball to Mujib Kasim on the left side. Stops it in time. Cuts it back. But they also quickly remove it from the out area, the Drama-Adeyi side. Long ball to get a Dongo moving up at the front. It's going to be a throw-in for the... It's going to be a throw-in for the Fasil side. Senyo Kasahun to shimmick it. He decides not to punch it through for Kasahun. We saw some very entertaining play in the early stages of the Premier League, but then when we got to the business end of things, things changed a bit. And we saw more of entertaining play intended to get the goals. I think Fasil is just reminding us of those good old days when things started and there was a lot of entertainment value more than anything else in the games. Now at least we've got the winning values first and then the entertainment coming in after that. There the goalkeeper walking away from his goal area and giving a pass. He also puts himself in danger of any deflection that would go towards his goal area. 247 completed passes for Fasil against only 99. Tells you it's about 148 passes more by Fasil. Although 71% is the better percentage in terms of accuracy of the passing. And that belongs to the Drama-Adeyi side. It's going to be a free kick for the Fasil side because of the foul on Shimekit Guksa. Girma almost looking like he was very deliberate in that tackle. And he just wanted to bring Shimekit down. It's lucky he doesn't get anything out of that. Oh, Shimekit gets brought down again. Second time.
By the same man.
By the same man who's tugging him, Mashaleo Girma. In two moves. And the ball has not even gone so far from that area. I mean, so Shimekit is trying to show, look, I'm going to run around with this ball and enjoy myself. And Girma is trying to say, I'm not going to let you do that. This is a cross. So Feldenaciu goes for a low one. Deflected out. And look at how far the defense is playing, but those are the two last men on the side.
It's up to, I mean, Drama-Adeyi, are also trying to manage that deficit. They don't want to push everybody forward. When they lose possession, they drop back in numbers.
They're trying to drop back on time. This is Itamuna, picks it at Dongo. Tries to get it to the front to Itamuna Keimuni, who finds a brick wall. The danger of it is you could hurt yourself, and the other thing is you'll be penalized for charging. I mean, you just don't bump into anyone who's in front of you and then pretend that they put a brick wall in you, that they blocked you, actually. Long ball to Muhyiddin Musa. But it's picked up by the goalkeeper. We're playing the 44th minute, girl, but I don't think we'll have much time in added time here. How would you rate it so far?
I think we've enjoyed the game. We've not really had many losses in the midfield, and a lot of
these guys are enjoying themselves as well, but they don't want. Samake is not happy. That's the man in the middle there. He's thinking about how this goal has been conceded, and he's thinking about the number of goals he conceded himself.
He's happy. He's happy.
He's happy at the moment.
Yeah, he has another band on him.
They conceded 13 goals. Now the 14th has just been scored at the moment, and that's the lowest number of goals conceded in the Ethiopian Premier League. So Samake still would be happy with himself. This is going to be a handball inadvertently. So by Mujib, was trying to control it on the left side. This was looking like a dangerous situation for him. He just needed to chest it down. Although the ball goes to his hand from his knee, but yes, it changes direction. Referee deems it to be a handball. And the Fasil defense, which is rated as the most prolific defense in the league, deals with it easily, but they lose it again. An easy one here coming from Itamuna Keimuni. Didn't need to work hard, he just needed to work smarter. The ball was with him, he had space, The goalkeeper is already coming off his line, and no one's protecting the goal area for the Fasil side. And Itamuna Kebuli changes the scoreline in the 46th minute of the game for the Diradawa side to 2 goals now for Diradawa. And you wonder where Diradawa have been and where they've been playing if they couldn't play better than this all the time. There's no one on the right side.
I would say, Bernard, that it's a good goal from a complacent defense.
Look at it. There's no one. The whole extent of the goal area has no one but Itamuna Kebuni.
A good goal from a complacent defense.
Okay. Yeah. A good goal and a complacent defense. Not from. What do you mean from? The defense scored? That's what you mean by from.
Complacent defense.
2 goals for Diradawa. I think Gilbert is enjoying himself as well. That's why he's bringing all that as well. 2-1 in favor of Diradawa. Nice little cute tacked-in goal by Itamuna Kebuni. I think deep inside him, Itamuna loves to be a very stylish player. And that's why he scores a very stylish, easy goal for the Diradawa side. And now they're chasing the game, the Fasil side, and we're just about to go into the break as well. 2 minutes of added time is what we're playing. Somebody Yohannes brings it back to Bezab Malayu, who pushes an easy one to Mujib, but that's the whistle at halftime. It's going to be another exciting half in the second half, and I think we're going to see a very competitive, intense game when we come back in the second half. But for Diradawa to be leading it at this time is a very good thing for them. As we come to the end of the first half, Diradawa 2 and Fasil 1 at halftime.
የሰኞ ከሰዓት የሐዋሳ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ስቴዲየም ሜዳ 3 ጎሎችን አስመልክቶናል። ድሬዳዋ ከተማ ፋሲል ከነማን 2-1 እየመራ የመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ ተጠናቋል። ሙጂብ ቃሲም የፕሪሚየር ሊጉን 20ኛ ጎል ማስቆጠር ችሏል። ሪችሞንድ አዶንጎና ኢታሙና ኪሙዬኒ ለድሬዳዋ ከተማ ጎሎችን አስቆጥረዋል። የመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ እጅግ ተጠባቂው ጨዋታ ሂደት ምን ይመስል ነበር? አብረን እንከታተለው። 3 ጎሎች ተቆጥረዋል። ጧት ምንም ጎል አልተቆጠረም ነበር። ከሁለተኛው 45 ጎል ያለ ይመስላል። ጥሩ ጨዋታ ነው።
በጣም አሪፍ ፍክክር እየተመለከትን ያለን ይመስለኛል። 3 ጎሎች የተቆጠሩበት መንገድ ቡድኖቹ ላይ ያለውን ጥሩ ስሜት የሚያሳይ ነው። ለድሬዳዋ ከተማ ግን የእውነት ቡድኑ ላለመውረድ የሚታገል ቡድን ይመስላል። ፋሲል ከነማ ደግሞ አስቀድሞ ሻምፒዮን መሆኑን ያረጋገጠውን ፋሲልን ከወልቂጤ ጨዋታ ይልቅ የዛሬው ጨዋታ ላይ ያየን ይመስለኛል። ቡድኑ የትኩረት ማነስ ችግር ያለበት ይመስለኛል። ከዛ ባሻገር የጨዋታው ግለትና ፍላጎታቸውም ትንሽ ዝቅ ብሎ ነው የተመለከትነው። ድሬዳዋ ከተማ መሪ መሆኑ በመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ የሚገባ ይመስለኛል።
የመክፈቻውን ጎል ያስቆጠረው ሙጂብ ቃሲም ነው። ከጨዋታው በፊት በነበረ የ2 ደቂቃ ቆይታ ሙጂብ ቃሲም በፕሪሚየር ሊጉ ላይ ኮከብ ሚለውን ተጫዋች መርጦ ነበር። እሱም ያሬድ ባዬ ነው። በሁለተኝነት ራሱን ነበር የመረጠው። እንግዲህ ከሳሙኤል ትልቅ ጥረት በኋላ ያገኘውን ኳስ 20ኛ የሊግ ጎሉን ማስቆጠር ችሏል።
ሙጂብ ቃሲም የመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ ላይ ከዚች ጎል በስተቀር ይሄ ነው የሚባል የግብ ዕድሎች ተፈጥረውለት ሙከራዎችን አላደረገም። በአብዛኛው የግብ ዕድሎች ሊፈጠሩለት ባለመቻሉ ምክንያቱም ወደ ኋላ ወደ መሀል ሜዳ እየተመለሰ ኳሶችን ለማደራጀት ይሞክር ነበርና ይህችን ጎል ያስቆጠረበት መንገድም በራሱ ጥረት የተገኘና በድሬዳዋ ከተማ ተከላካይ መስመር ላይ በተፈጠረ መዘናጋት ያስቆጠራት ናት። ያስቆጠረበት መንገድ ግን በጣም አስደናቂ ነው። ኳሱን የመታበት ቴክኒክ በጣም አስገራሚ ነው። ምክንያቱም ኳሱ ያለበት ቦታና አንግሉ ጎል ለማስቆጠር የሚመች አይደለምና የሙጂብ ቃሲም 20ኛ ጎል ነው በዚህ ውድድር ዘመን። ምናልባት በፋሲል ከነማ ሻምፒዮን መሆን ምክንያት ይሄ ተጫዋች አንደኛው ስለመሆኑ የሚያጠያይቅ አይደለም።
ትልቁ የእግር ኳስ ዘመኔ ውሳኔ ከተከላካይነት ወደ አጥቂነት ለመቀየር የወሰንኩበት ነው ብሎ ነበር። ያንን የሚያስመሰክር ነው። ከዚህ ቀጥሎ የምንመለከተው ደግሞ በድሬዳዋ ከተማ በኩል ተከላካዩና አምበሉ በረከት ያደረገውን ሙከራ ነው። በጣም ግሩም ሙከራ ነው። ይድነቃቸው በግሩም ሁኔታ አውጥቶታል ኳሱ።
በረከት ሳሙኤል በተለይ ከርቀት የሚያደርጋቸው የቅጣት ምት ሙከራዎች አደገኛ እንደሆኑ ግልጽ ነው። የይድነቃቸው መጠነኛ የሚባል ንክኪ ነው ኳሱን ግብ ከመሆን ያስቀረው። በእርግጥ ኳሷንም ሙሉ በሙሉ አግኝቷታል ማለት አይቻልም። ለድሬዳዋ ከተማ ግን በጣም ጥሩ ሙከራ ነበር።
በቀጣይነት የምንመለከተው የሪችሞንድ አዶንጎን ሙከራ ነው። ይሄ ተጫዋች ባለፉት 2 ጨዋታዎች 3 ጎሎችን አስቆጥሯል። እነዚህ ደግሞ ወሳኝ ጎሎች ናቸው። በአመቱ ከነዚህ ውጪ ጎሎችን አላስቆጠረም፣ ግን በጣም ወሳኞቹ 3 ጎሎች ሆነዋል።
የሪችሞንድ አዶንጎ በትክክለኛው ሰዓት ነው እንግዲህ ለአሰልጣኝ ዘማሪያ ወልደ ጊዮርጊስ ጎሎችን እያስቆጠረ የሚገኘው። ይቺ ጎል ስትቆጠር የኳሱን ሂደት ያስጀመረው የመጨረሻውን ኳስ ያቀበለው እሱ ነው። ከዛ ውጭ ግን የኢታሙና ኪሙዬኒን እይታም እንደዚሁ ማድነቅ ይገባል። ሪችሞንድ አዶንጎ እንግዲህ ዛሃር ነው የሚባለው ዛሃር የዞረለት ተጫዋች ይመስላል። ምክንያቱም ኳሱን ያስቆጠረበት መንገድ ከተመለከትክ የሚመች እግሩ ላይ አይደለም የመጣውና የግድ አንደኛውን እግር በመቀስ ምት ለማንሳት ሞክሮ ነው ያስቆጠረውና በጣም አስደናቂ አጨራረስ ነው። ኢታሙና ኪሙዬኒም በጥሩ እይታ ነው ኳሱን ያቀበለው። የፋሲል ከነማ የኳስ መስረታ ላይ ግን ጥያቄ የሚያስነሳ ነው። ሀብታሙ ተከስተ ኳሱን በትክክል ለማስጀመር አለመቻሉን ተከትሎ የድሬዳዋ ከተማዎችን ጫና መቋቋም ስላልቻሉ ነው ኳሱ ተነጥቆ ወደ ጎል ሄደው።
ከሰላምታው በኋላም ተመሳሳይ አይነት ጥፋት ሰርቶ ነው ሁለተኛውን ጎል ኢታሙና ኪሙዬኒ ማስቆጠር የቻለው። በፋሲል ከነማ የኳስ መስረታ ሂደት ላይ ስህተቶች ነበሩ። ከዚህ ስህተት በኋላም ነው ጎል የተቆጠረው። ሁለተኛውን ጎል ኢታሙና ኪሙዬኒ ያስቆጠረውም በዚህ ሂደት ነው።
ሁለተኛውም ጥፋት ላይ የሀብታሙ ተከስተ ጥፋት አለበት ሰይድ። የመጀመሪያውን ድሬዳዋ ከተሞች የነጠቁት ከሱ ነው። ሁለተኛውንም ሱራፌል ጌታቸው ሀብታሙ ተከስተ ነጥቆ ነው ኳሱ እንዲቆጠር ያደረገው። የሱራፌል ጌታቸው እንቅስቃሴም እዚህ ጋር በጣም የሚደነቅ ነው። ኳሱን ጨርሶ ነው የሰጠው። ኢታሙና ደግሞ በእግሩ ሁኔታ ጨርሶታል። የመጀመሪያው አጋማሽ ላይ ድሬዳዋ ከተማ ከነበረው ብልጫ አንጻር በተለይ በጣም በከፍተኛ ፍላጎት ይጫወቱ ነበር። በተደጋጋሚ ፕሬስ ያደርጉ ነበር። ላለመውረድ የሚጫወተውን ድሬዳዋ ከተማን አይደለም የተመለከትነው። የቡድኑ ጥንካሬ በጣም ጥሩ ነበርና መሪ መሆናቸው የሚገባቸው ይመስለኛል።
በመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ አፋጣኝ የሆነ አስገዳጅ ቅያሪ 2 ቅያሪዎች ተመልክተናል። ጨዋታው ከመጀመሩ በፊት ጁሊየስ ናንጂቡ ተጎዳ። ጨዋታው በተጀመረ በ9 ደቂቃ ልዩነት ደግሞ አምሳሉ ጥላውን ተጎድቶ አማካይ ስፍራ ላይ የሚጫወተው በዛ በመላያው ገብቷል። ሳሙኤል ከአማካይ ስፍራ ወደ ኋላ ተመልሷል። ይሄ በጨዋታው ላይ የነበረ ክስተት ነው። ቁጥሮችን ስንመለከት ድሬዳዎች 11 ሙከራ አድርገው 8ቱ ኢላማውን የጠበቀ ነው። ፋሲል 3 አድርጎ 2ቱ ኢላማውን የጠበቀ ነው። በእርግጥም ድሬዳዋ ላለመውረድ እየተጫወተ እንደሆነ ቁጥሮቹ ይጠቁማሉ።
የኳሱ ንክኪ ኤሪያ ያለበትን ከተመለከትክም አብዛኛው በፋሲል ፋሲል ከነማ የሜዳ አጋማሽ ላይ 28% የሚሆነው እዛ ላይ ነውና ቡድኑ በጣም ፕሬስ አድርጎ በሃይ ላይ ነው የተጫወተ የሚገኘው ድሬዳዋ ከተማ። የፋሲል ከነማ የጨዋታ መንገድ ዛሬ ይበልጥ ተጋላጭ ሆኗል። በተለይ ጫናውን መቋቋም አልቻሉ። ሀብታሙ ተከስተ ደግሞ ምናልባት ደጋፊ የሚያስፈልገው ይመስለኛል። ይሁን እንዳሻው የድሬዳዋ ከተማዎችን ጫና ለመቋቋምና ኳሱን ለማስጀመር በተለይ ከራሳቸው የሜዳ አጋማሽ ላይ አማካይ ክፍል ላይ ለውጦች ያስፈልጓቸዋል።
የማጥቃት እንቅስቃሴውን እንመልከት። የማጥቃት እንቅስቃሴ መነሻ የሆኑ ኳሶች ነበሩ። አብዛኛው የማጥቃት እንቅስቃሴ መነሻ በፋሲል ከነማ በኩል